What's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we are going to be testing out again FSD 13.2.8. So we're gonna take this thing out, see how well it does, and really, V13 has been amazing, and so we're gonna be just taking it around some suburban areas and just see how well it does. But V13 has been amazing. It has passed my wife's test, so we're gonna see how this does today. Welcome everyone back to the channel. This is Tesla owner of Silicon Valley, John here. Thank you for tuning in for these FSD drives. We do have Insta360 X4 on the top and a couple of DJIs inside. So we are going to give you the full kind of like scope of this. Again, this is V13.2.8. And really, we are going to be taking kind of some suburban, not really rural, but suburbia, San Jose area, if you're familiar. We're going to be taking some of those drives, and yeah, we're going to see how well it does. So here, it was going to pop out, but then it saw that car over there, so now it let them go, and I just picked a random location. It looks like it's about 10 minutes away, but we're going to do this drive and see how well it does. So V13 has been really good. Again, I think I've seen some comments, some people having some minor issues. I have had some issues sometimes with it selecting the right lane, not the right lane, but literally the right place, and really just the right lane to select, and really just the right, because sometimes it will get in the wrong lane. So, but that has been pretty like few and far between, and that's why, again, we know that this is only this is V13, and again, this is supervised, but most of my drives are completely handled by the Cybertruck, by FSD, and Tesla really has killed it. And how far we have progressed with FSD. So, and personally, it has actually, for myself, it has actually, needs to move over. It has actually passed the wife test for my household. So, well, I guess I need to go back over. So this was kind of my own error here. So I'm just gonna press the accelerator a little bit. Okay, so I personally was trying to make a human input there and really just get the over to the right lane, because I didn't want to get stuck at the light. I didn't want to so it was a timing thing. So, but doing that, me not knowing the right lanes to get into, so there's that human error right there. But thankfully, I was able to move back over right when I redirected it. So, but in my household, V13 has passed the wife test. It was actually kind of funny. My wife did not tell me that she was driving with FSD. I think, she didn't want me to get more excited than I already am, and, talk about Tesla more, because of, to really just get her driving, and she probably didn't want my head to get bigger. But she drives it, and it has made getting around a lot easier. She feels safe in it and confident in it. And of course, there's gonna be times where she'll have to take over and stuff, but overall, that's a very good sign. Yeah, especially when it can pass the wife test. That's when you're in good company. All right, so we're coming to a stop here. All right, we are going through this light. we came to a 4-way stop there, and literally no issues there at all. Alright, so coming up to this park here, probably going to redirect this up to, let's go into this, select a random neighborhood there. Probably end up making a left here. People out there laughing about the Cybertruck, but hey, catches their eyes, catches their attention. All right, so we are making a left here. All right, so we are going. One of the cool things, so yesterday, I had the wonderful opportunity to go to the Fremont factory and hang out with 100 new owners that were getting their car. And man, the excitement was just absolutely amazing. Just the atmosphere. People are so excited for the new Model Y. I mean, it really does look amazing. They really took the Cybercab, the Cybertruck, and really kind of threw it in that design a little bit with the light bar, and then the front fascia with the, you know, the kind of the Cybercab vibe in the front. So I have seen videos of it, but the light bar at night looks gorgeous. So they really did a good job with that. And you know, actually Franz and Lars were there, and they actually signed my Cybertruck, which was super cool. And Troy was there as well, along with Sid, who was one of the key people for the Cybertruck as well. And we got to just talk about, you know, the good things about the Cybertruck, rooms for improvement. So my biggest issue with the Cybertruck has been this A-pillar here. You know, you kind of have to go a little bit around, especially depending on, you know, how big you are. But there is that 1 second period where if someone is doing a crosswalk and you did not look when they were walking, you could miss them. So who knows, maybe they'll take that into consideration. But, you know, and also too, there's been a lot going on for Tesla, and I think what people forget is the fact that, you know, Tesla is made up of tens of thousands of employees. It's not one person. And, you know, Tesla, again, it's made up of tens and thousands of employees. And so, you know, these people, they're hardworking Americans, hardworking German, I mean, every nationality, right? They're literally, it's a worldwide company now. But specifically here in America, you know, there's just been a lot of noise going on. And, you know, it was great to talk to the workers to see what's on their mind. How are they feeling about everything? And the funny thing is, this is, you know, if you've been following Tesla for any amount of time, you realize that, you know, this is nothing new. Tesla has been constantly going through hate, fake news, you know, articles about bankruptcy, going bankrupt, articles about them being a fraud, articles about them only receiving government funding, and just, you know, a bunch of stuff that either were partially true or completely blown out of proportion. And I remember I even got this Cybertruck that you're watching me drive right now, literally driving itself. You know, it's the only truck on the market, and people, like, even a year ago were saying, oh, this thing is ugly, it's a fridge, it looks like, why would anyone drive that? And it's like, now people are just saying dumb things about how, you know, Elon's a Nazi and Tesla's a Nazi company. And it's like, people don't know the history of all of these other legacy automotive companies. And again, I'm not here to debate how you should feel about Elon and stuff. It's just do your research, look at the history of these companies. You know, I do think that the thing that Elon, when he stuck his hand out that was completely taken out of context. He was saying, "My heart goes out to you." He was saying it to the people. And again, outside of where you stand politically, Tesla is making some amazing products. And the Tesla team said they are focused on making even better products. They're going to put out some crazy things this year. I mean, if you just think of what are they focused on this year? This year, they're going to be, they actually just announced a new Megapack factory in Texas. They're going to be releasing the Robotaxi. That is going to be coming out potentially in Austin, California. They just submitted paperwork for. There was also rumors about, Palo Alto and some other places. They're going to announce a couple of new vehicles this year, potentially even a more affordable vehicle, whether it's the Model 2 or whatever that new vehicle is going to be called. Maybe something in between a Cybercab and Model 3. And then potentially larger family vehicles. But they're going to announce a couple of new products this year. And then they're going to start ramping the Cybercab. They're going to be able to turn on the FSD unsupervised to, 5 or 6 million vehicles. And then you got the robot that they're going to be ramping as well, and that they're working on. Obviously, they're trying to figure out the final design and kind of like what makes sense. But there's just a lot of noise here, and I really think that, again, just remember, one person doesn't define a whole company. And, in my opinion, okay, so here's a perfect example of, this is, okay, well, I'm going to let it go through this. I think this is where potentially it can learn a little bit. But yeah, I might have to disengage here. But yeah, so don't, I think, either way, for me, watching this product get launched, the Model Y, first 100 owners from the Fremont factory getting their cars, it's exciting. The product, the Model Y, is a stunning car. Go check it out. Shout out to Joe and June for their new Model Y. They let me attend their delivery experience, and man, it does not disappoint. So there is a Cybertruck over there, Batmobile. Man, that thing looks beautiful. I would have gotten the Batmobile vibe in this car, but honestly, I didn't, because everyone was gonna have it, and I wanted something a little bit more unique. All right, so we're gonna make a left here. So let's see what happens, because this is not. It's not going the right way, right? So, okay. So how come so it didn't screw up, it's just going a different direction, I guess, now. But, going and hanging out with the Tesla employees and the Tesla leaders, it's crazy, it's just a company it's a bunch of workers who are just built different. Tesla is one of the most resilient companies and overlooked companies. It was the most shorted company in US history at one point. And so, I personally am really excited for what they are doing, where they're headed. And again, put your stuff aside about Elon, look at the people, look at who you're talking to, and look at the history of all these other companies. And you may say, oh, well, they've been dead, 70, 80 years, and even though that there's an insane amount of Nazi history. I mean, some of these companies were taking Jewish people and making them build cars for the Nazi regime on top of literally, using these workers to build stuff that was ultimately going to be used against them. And so it's really, really sad. And you may say, oh, well, they've been dead for X amount of Z. Hold on. All right. So we got all these cars passing by. And on both on the left and the right. So we're going to see how it handles here. All right. And then it's going to go. But what you cannot say about that, so it did that perfectly, by the way. All right, let's make another right here. What you cannot say about that is that, again, it's history. The Nazis very much used these German companies, and even some American companies have some ties to some crazy stuff. But you can't overlook that. And, you know, I can tell you right now, Tesla's a company, even Elon has come out and said, I'm not a Nazi. It's insane that he has to say that. But, yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, just realize attacking owners, attacking people who work at these companies, blocking people from entering the stores, it's not okay. Peacefully protest, say your piece, but do not put people at harm. It's never okay for violence, especially when you're protesting something. So, all right, so this drive has been pretty good. All right, so I guess it looks like we still have a little bit to go. So I'm gonna actually go like literally going by itself. So definitely not trying to give you a rant on that, but I really feel for these employees. They work hard to put the best products out, and hopefully, you know, it doesn't really matter how you see things, but I'm talking to you while my car is driving itself. What other company is doing that outside of Waymo? Yeah, there's no, Waymo is doing this, but it's for specific cities. They're not tackling it from a general autonomy perspective. Like I can honestly say, I mean, you've been here with me. I thought I got in the right lane, but I have not had to give any input in this drive. Again, I gave a couple of human inputs here. So we have cars on the left and the right. Car on the right is about to, no cars on the right really anymore. Cars on the left are clear, so it's gonna go. But yeah, all right, so we're gonna make a left here. So I think what Tesla's doing is special, and Tesla's just making some amazing products. And I don't know many other companies that have harder working employees than Tesla itself. So we're gonna get up here and end the drive. When I get up here, I'm going to end the drive, but this has been an overall perfect drive. I had some human error in giving it inputs, but again, even sometimes when it takes the wrong turn, it's still able to figure things out and recorrect. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that drive. That was FSD 13.2.8. Perfect drive. It was even able to, it ended up going the wrong way. It probably, I think, got in the wrong lane, but it was able to quickly adjust and still complete the drive. Again, more and more of these drives, it's just me having a conversation with the audience than it is about making corrections. These drives are getting boring, but we are potentially months away from FSD unsupervised. And I hope when they release it, of course it's probably going to be the 3 and the Y, but I can't wait until this thing's a robo-taxi. So let me know in the comments what you thought of the drive and where I should go next.